All right. Hi, everybody. I'm sorry. We had some technical difficulties. I don't know what the heck happened. So now I really am late. But if those of you who are on, I was talking about that May is actually National Fibromyalgia Month, and tomorrow is going to be National Fibromyalgia Day. That's actually part of my journey. I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia when I was 20 years old. I also had another autoimmune condition where my natural killer cells were attacking themselves and I just couldn't get over anything. It was just a slew of things that I thought that just had to be my life, and I'd never live a normal life, let alone I lost a lot of my athletic ability and athletic potential. But I've been so triumphant over that, and I have been able to find alternative care. And there's actually somebody joining us today that she is really the catalyst that started all of this, that finally found that care that I needed to be able to find what was wrong with me. I was going to several doctors and not getting any answers. So I thought that would be great today, that you would kind of get a chance to hear what it's like being on the other side and experiencing your daughter going through something, or somebody that's significant to you going through that, and then seeing the triumph in their life. And with that, I'm also going to be talking about the walking challenge and performance nutrition challenge, as these were some of the tools that I've been incorporating recently. Since when you have an autoimmune condition, you really have to learn how to manage it, and sometimes there's times where you're not managing it very well. And I found a lot of success with including these little things into my, I guess, putting them into my toolbox that I now have for the May performance nutrition and walking challenge. So with that in mind, I'm just going to introduce myself. Hello, my name is Drew Mulvey. I'm a certified dietitian nutritionist, board certified nutrition specialist, and certified integrative sports nutritionist, which I'm basically an integrative health practitioner. I work closely with athletes with autoimmune conditions and disordered eating to really help repair their relationship with food, to help them to really thrive in their life and in their athletics and actually reach their athletic potential without all of these issues keeping them from what they're capable of doing. If that does sound like you, and it sounds like you've been having just a lot of issues with trying to get to your goals, you've been really lethargic, you've been going to multiple doctors, well, I am really glad that you are here today, because you're going to be able to hear it from the other side. So let's start first with my fibromyalgia journey. When I was younger, I was getting sick all the time. In fact, I couldn't really live a normal life as a high schooler because I was tired all the time. I got mono when I was a sophomore in high school, and that was just one of the catalysts which kind of drove me into probably being more tired. At 14, I was also diagnosed with IBS and depression, which those are very much interconnected. If you're in the functional medicine world, those are very much interconnected, as your emotions can very much affect your intestines and how your body is breaking down food. So, with that in mind, I decided to bring my mom on today, and she's going to talk to you a little bit about her experience when she saw her daughter going through this, going to multiple doctors, trying to find an answer, and then seeing my journey from not thinking that I was ever going to live a normal life, to seeing where I am now and seeing that redemption of that athletic ability. So, with that in mind, this is my mom. This is the special guest that we have today. So, Mom, if you want to say hi to everybody.
Hi.
Hi. Okay, so I just asked her 5 minutes before this live if she would come on, and she said yes. Thankfully, thank you so much. So that's why also I was a little late. But all right, so Mom, when I was younger, and you were trying to bring me to all of these different doctors, and you were just kind of seeing how I was feeling. What was your journey through this, and what was your take on this? Like, how were you feeling?
Well, the first thing is I believed that she really was having some problems,
Mm-hmm.
because I personally went through many doctors before I was diagnosed with Meniere's disease. And I was actually called a floozy by one of the doctors because he said, "Well, you look fine to me. You must be okay."
Mm-hmm.
And it was a very frustrating thing and demeaning thing to keep going to doctors and not having them take you seriously. They get glassy eyed and they look at you and they say, like, why are you here? Um, she deteriorated for quite a while and she was actually ended up in bed for like a year and a half. She didn't have any strength. She just, as I say, she mentioned her natural killer cells were down to a level that was like almost nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And somehow she eating right. We started eating a lot better. We eat almost everything organic or anything that's on the list with the pesticides. We eat a lot of things like that. She needs to get sleep, and that's another thing that she was hassled about when she had coaches and she wasn't able to keep up with the training schedule that the other people did, or it just totally wiped her out. Mm-hmm. We had concerns that if she overexerted herself, she'd be in bed for 2 weeks. So, we went through this and finally it worked out. And she went to a lot of regular doctors and alternative doctors, and it all worked out at the end.
Right. And did you really think that I was going to live a normal life?
Not at that time, no.
Did you think that I would ever be training for triathlons?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. So what were some of the things that you saw along the way in my 20s and in my 30s that just kind of like the journey in that time? What were some of the differences that you were starting to see that gave you a lot more hope?
Well, you were going to the gym and doing more things at the gym, and your body, you weren't getting sick for 2 weeks after you worked out. Mm-hmm. And you just started getting more resilient. And I can't say anything else. I can't.
Mm-hmm. And what was it that we finally found out all of these things? Where was it that you took me?
Oh, you tell me. There were so many places. We went so many places. I don't know which one she's referring to.
So this is where I really got a glimpse of what alternative care could do. There was a fibromyalgia and fatigue center, and they were able to run tests to see like what was going on. That's how I got diagnosed with fibromyalgia, and you have to have like 3 out of the 4 categories, and I had pretty much all of them. Was getting a lot of alternative testing done, and that's where I didn't only have autoimmune conditions. I had a candida buildup. My immune system basically was shutting down. I was so low in all my nutrients that I had to get shots of immunoglobulins once a week, and twice a week I had to get nutrient infusions because I was just so incredibly depleted. And we found out that my hormones were completely out of whack too. And this was at 20 years old. So imagine being at that point and you think that you're accepting that this is what your life is going to be and that's going to be your new norm. When really it doesn't have to be your new norm.
No, but you persevered. I've always considered you very tenacious. And once you get something in your head, you persevered on it, and it worked out. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm very determined. I
do. Almost to a fault. I won't say to a fault, but sometimes.
Right. So then just recently I did share that I had been battling with adrenal dysfunction. And interestingly enough, when I was trying to look back on what the precursor was to this, I had a really, really bad case of COVID 2 years ago. And they had been saying if you had had a previous autoimmune condition, that could trigger the autoimmune condition coming back, which now I'm starting to see that was something that was kind of like a precursor to this. And I took so from the tools that I had gained, especially in my master's program, so you were seeing how I was using some of those too. I gained some of those tools and I was able to implement them so that I didn't have to spend, how many years were we going to doctors trying to figure this out?
4 or 5.
Yeah. 4 or 5 years, and I was able to implement these tools. And I'm starting to feel better. But I have to say, during January and February, what was it like in January and February when I was dealing with this adrenal dysfunction again?
Not pleasant. Oh, it's just terrible to see somebody that you can't do something to help out. Whatever you do, it doesn't help. And being a mother, that I'm sure every mother realizes that. But through her perseverance, she's getting better now.
So from February to now, what are some of the major changes that you've seen in my recovery from that adrenal dysfunction with the tools that I've implemented?
Well, you're training a lot more effectively.
Mm-hmm.
You're not getting as tired. You're not getting in pain as much. You have a really good attitude.
Mm-hmm.
So I think all those things. I'm pretty sure you're going to make it when you you do your competitions.
Yes. Well, thank you. And she has been such a support to me when I have felt like, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I can do this. She's actually said to me, it's going to be easy for you.
She trains so much that, yes, it's going to be, yeah.
Yeah, and I wouldn't have been able to do this or get this back if I hadn't implemented these tools. And one of them was I've been moving more and I've been walking more. I got on the right supplement routine that has really helped me tremendously and stayed away from certain foods that I've needed to stay away from. And, that's something that we grew up with. Actually, my mom was very well versed in supplements and alternative care and all those natural things growing up. I remember you talking to me about that a lot. And there was something. Actually, my mom suffered from a lot of food allergies herself too. So, I was exposed to this at a young age. But it was great to see that with alternative care that you're able to get out of this. And then also with that movement and with incorporating certain things into your routine that you really can get yourself out of the hole. So
I was going to say the biggest thing, like I said before, is don't let it get you down. People are going to look at you and think that you're trying to pull their leg, that you're not really being honest with people, that you're trying to manipulate situations. And that's not the case. And have enough faith in yourself and how you feel to keep persevering and keep till you find out what's going on.
Definitely. And to see an integrative health practitioner for sure.
Oh, absolutely.
So she's on board. And my mom, actually, I just want to share this. She is officially in remission from follicular cancer. She's been cancer-free for 5 years. And some of what I had learned in my master's program and the tools that I gathered were able to help her. She did get chemotherapy, but I believe in the power of all of these natural remedies and natural foods. And I was able to give her some foods that was helping to accelerate the chemotherapy. And
they were almost palatable.
Yeah.
I was really hard for me to eat, but they were not bad to eat.
Yeah, she liked the breakfasts that I was cooking. So there's definitely some merit into this that, that integrative medicine, functional medicine, all that can be even integrated in with that conventional medicine as well. So is there anything else that you want to say, Mom?
No, just as I have faith in yourself. Know that you're going to be able to do it.
Definitely. Cool. All right. Thank you, Mom.
Bye-bye. Nathaniel.
Yep. And that's also my cat, Nathaniel. Okay. So you heard it. That's part of my journey is that I've been able to get at, first off, I did reach out to people for help when I needed help. I know that that was one of my strong personalities, and because of being so persevering that sometimes I get very focused. but I was able to reach out to help for the people that were helping me out. So thank you so much to those that have helped me along the way. But with that, as you just heard from my mom, that I was facing that adrenal dysfunction and I was crying a lot. There were just a lot of things that I was going through that it was really hard for me to handle because it was almost like I was reliving what was going on 17 years ago, and I didn't want that to happen again. So then I was looking up how to really help yourself in certain situations. So I think one of the things is that my body composition was changing because of the inflammation that was in my body. So I was looking up different things, and then I decided I'm going to incorporate this walking, and I'm going to get the 10,000 steps in every single day. And I did not realize the benefits that I was going to get from this. At first, it was just with body composition, I knew that there was something going on because my body was so stressed that I was a little bit more insulin resistant. That didn't mean that I had diabetes, but that my body, my cells just were not taking up that insulin enough, and that was recirculating glucose in my body. That not only can promote like a little bit more of storage of things that we don't necessarily want, but with that glucose circulating, it can increase inflammation because it could potentially, I don't want to say it, well, it can damage your cells, and that can hinder energy output, which contributes to you being really lethargic all the time. So one of the benefits of getting those 10,000 steps and getting that added walking is that insulin sensitivity. So the insulin sensitivity, when you're moving, sorry, just got distracted because apparently my computer is running low, but I'm going to be able to get this in. That you're not able to utilize carbs properly, and you're not able to store them properly, so that when you're working out, that you're not getting the energy that you need in order to do longer distances. You're not getting the energy that you need to be able to lift for longer. And I was getting super, super lethargic. When I incorporated this walking in, I had far less joint pain. That was another thing, is that one of my ANA markers actually started increasing a little bit. It was small. But ANA usually is increased when there's some sort of inflammatory issue, particularly fibromyalgia. And my CRP was a little tiny bit on the elevated side as well, which is an inflammatory protein. And by incorporating walking, so by adding for every 1,000 steps that you take and add on top of 6,000 steps, there's a 13% decrease in the C-reactive protein. So by adding, just going from 6,000 to 10,000, you're decreasing your C-reactive protein by about 33%. I have noticed my inflammation has gone down, and my body composition has started to change because that inflammation has gone down. Now, this weekend I had some foods that I had a little too much of them that I can tend to be sensitive to, and my body started to retain a little bit of water. So, but I've had that self-awareness now that I'm able to bounce back from those things. But also with the walking, I noticed that I had a clarity of mind. All of a sudden, I felt more at peace, just like what my mom was saying, that I was more pleasant to be around. I have a better mood. I have a better outlook. My energy in general is so much better. And it even helped my endurance while it was helping my adrenals out, because it wasn't something that was super demanding on them. And that's why I incorporated this into the challenge. Not only was I doing that, but I was incorporating some really nutrient dense foods in there, and hydration. Hydration is really critical. Hydration helps to decrease inflammatory proteins. It helps you to think properly, to focus properly. It helps your joints and your muscles to function properly, or else you're going to be fatiguing. And dehydration could also be decreasing your energy and stamina as well. So by combining the fruits and the vegetables, the hydration, and the walking, particularly with seasonal vegetables, you can see massive results. Now, to see those results, you have to be held accountable, and it has to take action, and it does have to cost you something. So this challenge is going to be $10. That's it, $10, but you are going to be in the running if you contribute the most, at least 5 to 7 out of the 7 days a week. You're going to win a free consult with me. And just like what my mom said, to see an integrative health practitioner, if you feel like you are stuck with your goals and you're lethargic and you just really don't know what you need or what your body metabolically needs, I highly, highly recommend setting up an icebreaker call with me. or coming into this challenge, because you're going to win an initial consult with me. That's $200 or $300. You're spending $10 on that, basically. That's like a, what, 95? Yeah, it is. That's a 95% discount that you're getting. That's super huge. So please, this is the last day. If I got these results and you've been so frustrated, these are such minute things that you can do. And we're going to be sharing about our athletic feats. We're really going to be encouraging and celebrating each other. And you're going to get to see pre-results even before we set up the initial consult. So I'm going to put the link in the comments. For those of you that are on Facebook, the link's going to be in the comments to sign up. It's going to take you to the payment page, and then I will email you the Facebook page that you will enter into and that will start contributing. I've been contributing. And for those of you that are on Instagram, that link is going to be in my bio. So if you just click that. Now, today is the absolute last day to sign up for this challenge. At midnight, it goes bye-bye. And also, I do want to say this is the last time I'm going to give something this big, the $200 to $300 prize for the initial consult. So I highly recommend that you take advantage of this and that you spend that $10, be held accountable, start seeing results, and really start seeing what's going on in your body so that you can create a foundation for proper health in your life. Plus, if you decide to continue with me, you will be prorated that amount for my services. This is incredible. And why did I make this $10? Because I want everybody in on this. I believe in this. I'm passionate about it. I have seen these results. I have really gotten a lot of my quality of life back and my athletic potential. And that is what I want for not only you athletes, but for people that have been in pain and their quality of life has just been diminished. So be sure to sign up for that challenge today. Enter in. I'll email you the link for the Facebook group, and let's start walking together. Let's start eating our vegetables together and sharing our athletic feats and just our feats in general. All right, everybody. All right. So thank you so much again for joining me today. I'm really thank you to my mom for sharing her side of the story for my battle with fibromyalgia and what she's seen now with the triumph for that. And well, thank you just to everybody for coming in today. So I just want to end off with who I am. I'm Drew Mulvey. I'm a certified dietitian nutritionist, board certified nutrition specialist, and certified integrative sports nutritionist, which makes me an integrative health practitioner. Obviously, I am incredibly passionate about what I do and specialize in autoimmune conditions and disordered eating in athletes because that is my story. I really help you to repair your relationship with food, to really empower you to make the right fueling choices, and to regain your athletic ability back so you're finally reaching your athletic potential and you're getting your quality of life back, because nobody was supposed to have that robbed from them, ever. Yes, I had that robbed from me, but I got it back, and I'm going to help you to get it back. So be sure, sign up for that challenge. If you want to work a little bit more one-on-one and you heard this and you're like, I'm all in, please sign up for an icebreaker call. So right now, this is going to be the last day for the link for the challenge. Usually I have that link in my bio. I can put that in the link on Facebook. Please be sure to click that link and let's get you on top of creating a foundation and chasing your goals and getting you into the healthiest state that you could possibly be in. All right, everybody. Again, thank you so much. Happy Friday, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye-bye.